Hey guys, it's Cara. Welcome back to the Rambutina channel. Today we are finally doing our Q&A crochet and chat with me. So grab yourself a drink or grab yourself a crochet project that you're working on or a knitting project and let's chill, create together and answer some of your questions. Please let me know what you think of this style of video. I'm super excited, so let's get into it. Yeah, so I had this video idea back in January when I did my very first giveaway. Because I asked you guys to post a fun fact about yourself, and oh my goodness, I had so much fun reading all of your fun facts, so many really interesting ones. So I thought, you know, if you guys have any questions for me, then it might be fun to do this video. And yeah, look at me posting this video in April. Yeah, it takes me quite a while to make videos. I have so many tutorial ideas and video ideas in a massive list on my phone, and it's just getting around to making them, so I'm really sorry if I'm very behind with your suggested videos. I will get around to them one day. Yeah, I really appreciate when you guys suggest videos. It definitely keeps me going, so thank you so much. Yeah, so about this blanket, this is my commission I'm working on at the moment. It's called the Starfruit Blanket by Sheepgees. It was from one of their magazines, I believe, and you can still purchase the pattern from Ravelry. I'll have the link for that in the description box below. But yeah, someone asked me if I am on Ravelry, and I'm not. I actually don't know too much about Ravelry, so that's definitely something I need to do some research on. But yeah, about the blanket, it's so pretty. I really love this design. It's so unique, and I've definitely been very inspired by this project, and I want to make flower motifs similar to it for future projects. So yeah, when I was practicing the pattern, I made a few changes just to fit my crochet style. For example, I like using beginning double crochets, and I honestly can't make a project without them now. I have replaced chaining up to meet the height of a stitch with beginning double crochets or triple or standing single crochets. And I was thinking maybe I could do a video specifically for my crochet style. And I know there are a lot of beginner crochet tutorials here on YouTube, however I have adapted quite a few things over the years to make patterns make sense to me. It might be handy to have a video on my channel showing my techniques and sort of hacks, like crochet hacks. And that's one of the things I love so much about crochet. Everyone can have their own style and do things differently and come up with new techniques, and you can completely make it your own. Yeah, so this design asks for a 5mm crochet hook, but I'm actually using a 6 because it must be to do with my tension or something, because the motifs were coming out way too small when I used a 5. And yeah, that's another example of like tweaking a pattern slightly to fit how you crochet. So it's a lot of trial and error, and yeah, I don't know if that will be helpful for any of you guys, because and also, does anyone else do that? Is it just me? I have to sometimes tweak a pattern slightly just to fit how I like to crochet. Again, like I said, I never chain up to meet the height of a stitch anymore. I have completely replaced that with, you know, beginning double crochets, and that was from like a crochet hack video that I saw here on YouTube. Yeah, I just can't imagine going back to that, because I don't really I don't like having those big gaps in my project between stitches, so I sometimes have to change a pattern slightly to fit what I prefer. But yeah, let me know if any of you guys end up doing that with patterns. Yeah, I've adapted a few crochet hacks from YouTube and use them in every single project now, so yeah, it might be helpful to have like a ultimate guide on how to crochet the Rambutina style. Oh, another thing, I really want to find a duplicate of this yarn or any yarn similar. It's 100% cotton and has this denim or like washed out look, because even though this yarn comes in quite a few colours, I'd love to find some more. I have a few project ideas in mind that I might need different colours for, so like a cardigan or some flared trousers. would look really, really cool in this style of crochet. But yeah, let's get into the Q&A now. This was a very long intro explaining the blanket and this video, but yeah, let's get into some of the questions that you guys sent to me. Let's see. So yeah, my video that I posted in January, the recent finished objects and whips video, I asked in that video if you could send some questions for me for this video. So let's go through those first. Crochet Crazy asked, what got you into crocheting and how did you learn? So I have a very, very obscure story on how I started crocheting. So I was at my uni home. This was in my second year of uni, so 2019, March 2019, and I saw on my Instagram a photo of Cole Sprouse with the actress Hayley Lou Richardson, and I recognised her from another film because they obviously had this photo shoot from their film together 6 feet apart, and I was like, I really recognise her, she's really, really pretty. What other YA film has she been in? And it was Edge of 17. And then I just checked out her Instagram and then stumbled across this really thick crochet jumper, found out that she made it and she crochets and has a whole crochet account, and I thought, I want to make stuff like that. So the same day I went out to my local Wilko's, managed to get a pack of crochet hooks, and then the Poundland in my town had yarn. So I put on a beginner crochet tutorial on YouTube and started chaining, and I became obsessed with it. I basically neglected my uni work and did crochet instead. So yeah, very, very weird story on how I found crochet. Basically because I found a photo of this insane crochet jumper that she made. I'll have, if the photos are still available, I'll definitely include it in the video, so you can see what I'm on about. But yeah, it just opened a whole world to me, and then I fell down the rabbit hole of crochet on YouTube, on Instagram, everything. So yeah, that's how I got into crocheting. And then how did you learn? I taught myself from YouTube tutorials, because I didn't know anyone who crocheted, otherwise I would have, found someone who crocheted and asked them to teach me. But what's really cool is now I've inspired some of my friends to start crocheting. But yeah, and then I started my YouTube channel because I loved watching yarn hauls, and I noticed that there weren't many around my age and from the UK making these videos, so then I kind of just fell into making tutorials of my own because I just wanted to show what I was making. So yeah, that's a really cool, what is it, like circle of life? I don't know. But yeah, sorry, that was not part of the question. I just went on a tangent on how I actually started my channel. But yeah, let's go on to the next question. Helen from the username Myleg, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, asked, are you at uni? If so, what do you study? What got you into crochet? So yeah, I got a few questions asking what got me into crochet, and now you know the very weird story of finding a photo on Instagram. But yes, I finished my uni in the glorious year of 2020, so last year. Our graduation actually got postponed to this year, so hopefully that still goes ahead. And I studied illustration, and on my course we did quite a bit of animation as well. And my style of illustration was traditional, colouring pencil on brown paper was my thing. And then in my final year I pretty much just made digital art. So yeah, that's what I did at uni. Yeah, and then when I started crocheting in my second year, I knew from then I was gonna make crochet my job. I knew then, like I said, I neglected my uni work and focused on crochet, which was not the smartest thing to do, but I'm really happy with my crochet journey, and I'm so happy to of where I am now and everything, so I don't regret anything, but I don't know, I definitely definitely favoured crochet over my uni work, which kind of made that suffer, but at the end of the day I knew that crochet was going to be what I was going to do once I'd finished university. I just already fell in love with it, and I was like, I'm going to make this my job. I'm going to do whatever I can to make this my thing. Okay, and then Simply's O asked, when did you start getting into crocheting and why did you want to start? So yeah, again, March 2019 is when I started. And why did I want to start? Well, I know I can answer this question slightly differently. I became obsessed with yarn. Yeah, like I said, watching yarn hauls, I was like, wow, there is so much variety. I just want to own everything and have a massive collection because, like I've mentioned before in my previous videos, I'm a huge collector. I collect a lot of different things, and I am definitely a maximalist, and I love having a big collection of things, and I will use everything in my collection. I don't let anything go to waste. I feel like I have to say that. I'm not a hoarder, I am a collector. But yeah, I just became obsessed with yarn and going to shops and finding yarn and finding the cheapest yarn, getting what's on offer, and yeah, I wanted to keep making these projects using these really cool different yarns that I had found, and yeah, during my foundation degree actually I made my final project was made out of yarn, and this was way before, well yeah, like 1 or 2 years before I started crocheting, and obviously when I was buying yarn for that project I was like, wow, there is so much variety and there's a whole world here in hobbycraft. So I think it kind of started, the yarn obsession kind of started back in 2017 during my foundation project, and then when I discovered crocheting and that you could make clothes out of yarn and a hook, I was hooked. I was like, wow, oh my gosh, I can actually use this yarn and make clothing out of it, which was really, really cool to me. So I kind of fell back into looking at different yarns, and I'm obsessed with colours and things. So okay, so Carliana Ware, again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. When did you start crocheting? Also, do you knit? If so, what knit projects have you done? So yeah, again, March 2019 is when I started crocheting. I do knit, and I just started knitting, was it around Christmas time I started knitting, and I've only got one knitting project so far, and I'm just making a very basic oversized jumper using the baby yarn from Aldi in this really nice baby yellow colour. So yeah, I'm going to make a big block colour jumper out of that. So I'm just knitting basic rectangles at the moment, and I've only got one panel done because, oh my goodness, knitting takes so long, because obviously I don't have much practice. And yeah, some people have suggested I get some circular knitting needles because they are a lot better, people from the knitting community swear by them, so I'm definitely going to check out some circular needles, because at the moment I'm just using straight needles, and yeah, they are a bit of a pain. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. But my nan taught me to knit when I was in primary school, so when you're about I think I was in year 6 primary school, so you're like 9 or 10, and I've finally picked up the knitting needles again, so I'm very, very excited about that project and to be able to have a finished knitted project. It's going to be very, very exciting. Okay, next question. Jessica Conwell asked, I'm interested in knitting and crocheting more, but I have no style. How do you like to style your crocheted outfits? So I filmed myself wearing some outfits with some of my crochet pieces, so I'll do a little lookbook for you guys. So I make a lot of jumpers and sweaters, cropped ones, so I like to wear them with high-waisted trousers or like high-waisted skirts. That's sort of my style. And then if I make a crochet like tank top, I like to put a long sleeve underneath, because I think it adds a lot of texture and looks really cool with like the layering. So yeah, that's how I like to style my crochet stuff. Mainly put cropped jumpers with high-waisted skirts and trousers, and then tops over long sleeve tops or turtlenecks. Erica Wenzel asked, anything you wish you'd known when you first started? Yes, 100%. I used to combine different yarn weights together in a project, and that is a huge no-no. Like, in certain contexts I guess it would work, but because I didn't have, when I started out I just bought any type of yarn, and then I would pair some colours together and think, oh, that's a nice colour palette, and then I'd just start making the project without actually thinking the yarn weight of each colour. So I would crochet things using multiple different yarn weights with, I don't know if I used the same hook, because I prioritized the colour palette instead of the actual yarn. So those projects have come out a bit, wobbly. They don't lie flat basically, because you've got all of these different yarn weights. So yeah, when you first start, you got to pay attention to the yarn weights and what crochet hook to use with those yarn weights, and don't mix different yarn weights unless in the right context. I don't know. Renee asked, what do you think are some beginner friendly projects, and will you ever crochet amigurumi? Love your videos. Thank you. So definitely for beginner friendly projects, definitely granny squares, just your regular standard granny squares, because they're so versatile and you can, turn them into something other than like a blanket, and there's so much versatility within a granny square, because you can change up the colours and the whole granny square will look different. So yeah, granny squares is definitely #1 beginner friendly project, and they're so easy to whip up and so fast, and yeah, you'll have a crochet project in no time. And will you ever crochet amigurumi? So your comment actually inspired me to buy an amigurumi book, because yes, I really want to get into amigurumi a lot more, and I thought I needed to buy a book so that I could learn the techniques, so that I could actually design some things of my own. So yeah, I bought this book and I'll definitely be crocheting a lot from the book, and share it with you guys. Yay! And then yeah, I hopefully I can learn how to design crochet amigurumis and then have my own designs to show you guys. That'd be really, really cool. So yeah, thank you so much for your comment. It actually inspired me to get into that more. Next question comes from Miriam. She asked, what is your favourite affordable yarn? I'm struggling to keep my collection full without breaking the bank. So I don't think I have a favourite specific affordable yarn, but I do have some favourite places to shop online for affordable yarns. Obviously you guys have heard me talk about Daramos a lot recently. I'm not affiliated with them at all or sponsored or anything like that. I just am completely hooked and on board because they have so many offers. I literally get an email every single day with a new offer, you know, it'll be like 30% off and, you know, free delivery, blah blah blah. So definitely check out Deramals because you can find some very, very good affordable yarn, especially their own brand is really, really nice and is probably my favourite from their website, so definitely Deramals. The only problem with that though is they do run out of their colours quite often, so their full collection of colours won't be in stock and on the website all the time, but they still have a really, really great selection. But obviously Aldi yarn is really, really affordable, and again that's a hit or miss because sometimes they don't have yarn at all in the stores. So yeah, I'm constantly just on the hunt for affordable, cheap yarn all the time looking out for those bargains. And yeah, my collection is pretty full because I've collected since 2019 when I started crocheting. So yeah, I have 2 overflowing bookshelves at the moment of yarn because I've collected since 2019, and I've managed to make, you know, a substantial amount of projects, but a lot of them are in whip buckets as well. Yeah, I really, really need to take a break from buying yarn and just actually looking through and using up my yarn, so we'll get there eventually. Oh, another place to shop online is the Wool Factory. They always have, I think they just sell outlet yarn, you know, like sale yarn and that sort of thing. So you can find it pretty cheap on the Wool Factory. So yeah, that's definitely helped to keep my collection full. Definitely Wool Factory and Deramals. Adriana Divine asked, what has been your favourite pattern of all time? Also, what is your favourite colour combo? Love your videos and personality. Thank you! So, favourite pattern of all time? That's tricky. But I think I'm going to go and say granny squares again because they're just so easy and quick. And yeah, you can create so many different patterns within a granny square itself, like by using different colours and different colour combos and the position of the colours, and then yeah, you've just got a square that you can transform into different projects. Yeah, so granny square. What is your favourite colour combo? I love creating colour palettes. My favourite colour is teal, so this colour within this blanket, this dark teal colour, is like my number one favourite colour of all time. But yeah, I just love muted jewel tones and autumnal colours. I love the colour brown. Yeah, I saw a video, I think it was on TikTok, and they were saying like, I've never met someone who their favourite colour is brown, and I'm like, well, I just said that teal is my favourite colour, but brown is my next favourite colour. Yeah, so I am that person who loves the colour brown, especially in like an autumnal colour palette. And like I said before, I draw on brown paper because I love the texture, and then you can bring out the highlights, like you can draw the highlights, whereas if you're drawing on white paper you have to make sure you don't draw the highlights. You let the white paper be the highlights, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, favourite colour combo is probably like muted jewel tones, and also autumnal colour palettes are my favourite too. Okay, next question. Oh, this is the last question. So Hail the Panda asked, what's your favourite kind of crochet project / stitch to do? I love the blanket in the picture too, holy moly. Yeah, it's so nice. My favourite kind of crochet project is probably jumpers, because I basically live in jumpers and comfy trousers. So yeah, being able to create what I like to wear every day is really satisfying, and the fact, yeah, that you can wear what you've made is so cool. And then my favourite stitch to do, I mean, I love the texture you get from a half double crochet, so yeah, I guess half double crochet is probably my favourite stitch. So yeah, I think that's all of the questions. I'm just going to go through and check that I answered each one. Yeah, so I really want to get this video out and answer these questions so that we can maybe think about doing some live streams here on this channel, similar to this video where I'm just crocheting. And I actually did a live stream on my TikTok. I tried that out the other week just to see how it would go, and it went pretty well, so I definitely want to start doing some live streams here on YouTube. So yeah, please let me know if you guys are interested in me doing crochet live streams. Yeah, and maybe I'll do a poll on like what day you guys would like to live stream. Yeah, and then I've been doing some Animal Crossing live streams as well, and I actually tried to do a live stream here on YouTube, but something went wrong with the game capture card and cut out my audio after 15 seconds, so I'm not going to attempt that again. I'm not going to attempt trying to play games on YouTube and instead just keep it to Twitch. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing Animal Crossing over on Twitch, going live with my friend Charlie. We've reset our islands to play the game from the start again, and yeah, it's really nice over there. The other day we had a few of you chatting in the chat all together, and we're all like becoming friends, so that was really fun. So if you want to join the Animal Crossing live streams, you can follow me on Twitch. Yeah, that's super fun. Also, I have so many whips still from those past videos where I've shown my recent finished objects and whips. I still have whips from those videos that I still haven't touched, and they're still in their box, their whip box. So shall I just dedicate a month to completing every single project and turn that into a video where I just try and remember all these patterns and try and complete every single one so I can tick them all off? I think that would be really satisfying to just dedicate a month to finishing everything and not start one single project. It's going to be really hard because I love starting new projects. I always come up with ideas and feel like I need to start them straight away. So that might be a really good idea to get everything done. I also think I might need to go on a yarn ban soon and start going through my collection and using up all the yarn, but I've put myself in a sticky situation because I love obviously buying yarn and making yarn hauls for you guys, and I think you guys like watching yarn hauls as well, so yeah, I don't know how to overcome that situation. I love making yarn hauls, but I also need to stop buying yarn and see my collection go down. Oh, I was thinking, this is pretty big. Maybe I should have had this at the beginning of the video, but I was thinking maybe we could set up a Facebook group or maybe a Discord where we can all share photos of our projects, because often you guys will reply in the comments saying that you're working on a project, and I'd love to see photos. So yeah, please let me know what you think about that idea. I know there's a few already out there, like these groups, but one for our little Rambutina family might be really nice. I think it could be really inspiring to have a little community sharing ideas, photos, advice, recommendations, all that fun stuff. So but yeah, if you like the sound of this idea, please let me know if you'd prefer it to be on Facebook or Discord. I haven't really delved into the Discord world, but I know that it's very, very good for that sort of thing because it's basically like a massive group chat. But yeah, if more of you are on Facebook and find that easier, then maybe we can set that up. Yeah, so we just had our 5k subscribers giveaway and I had so much fun reading all of your comments about your favourite yarns. A lot of you are saying, you know, I don't have a favourite yarn, I go for like the cheapest or whatever is on deal, and I am right there with you. I'm always looking for the cheapest yarn, always looking for the best bargains. I typically don't spend over like £3 on a 100-gram skein. I always try and go for the under £2 mark. So yeah, I'm definitely on the same page as you guys. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who asked a question. I had so much fun answering these questions and I hope you guys, you know, got to know me a bit better. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day, happy crocheting, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!